remember the day I first stepped into that tiny, dusty branch of the bank, feeling like I was already invisible among the towering marble columns and polished wood that whispered of old money and quiet power. I was just a teller then, a girl from a broken home who had scraped her way up with nothing but grit and a fierce hunger to prove everyone wrong. They called me just a teller, a nobody, a small cog in a big machine. But I knew I was destined for more. I hid my ambition behind a smile, behind the delicate veneer of a girl who was happy just to serve coffee and cash checks. Yet every night I'd lie in my cramped apartment, staring at the ceiling and dreaming of a life where I owned the game, where I called the shots, where I could finally show the world what I was truly capable of. It wasn't just about money. It was about justice, about vengeance for every time someone dismissed me, looked past me, or told me I'd never make it. Then one day, I saw an opening, a crack in the glass ceiling that no one else seemed to notice. I worked tirelessly, outsmarted the men who thought I was just a pretty face, and slowly I began to climb. I played the game with precision, never letting anyone see my true strength, always staying one step ahead. When I finally made senior manager, I felt the walls of the old boys club tremble beneath my feet. That was my moment. My declaration that I was no longer just a girl behind a counter. I was a force to be reckoned with. But what no one knew was that I had a secret weapon, a hidden stash of wealth I'd quietly accumulated over the years, investing every spare dollar in assets only I understood. I had bought into small startups, bought stocks in companies nobody believed in, and kept my true financial power under wraps. I was building an empire while everyone thought I was just doing my job. My biggest test came when my boss, the head of the entire bank, tried to undermine me, thinking I'd never catch on. But I had been watching, waiting, gathering evidence. I played along, pretending to be naive, while secretly plotting my move. When the time was right, I exposed his corruption, his greed, his betrayal. The board was stunned. I didn't just survive, I thrived. I bought the entire branch in a quiet takeover, turning my years of hidden wealth into a sudden, unstoppable force. I remember the thrill of that moment, the cold sweat on my palms, the pounding of my heart, knowing I had finally exacted my revenge. That day, I became more than a teller, more than a girl with dreams. I became a queen in this game of power. If you love Helena's journey, like and subscribe to join her next chapter, because this is just the beginning, and I am only getting started. Stay tuned for more stories of triumph, betrayal, and justice served cold.